everybody who has come. It is midnight GMT and 8 o'clock EST. We are here to commemorate Anna Belwyn. For those of you who do not know who Anna Belwyn was, Anna Belwyn is a hunter that's been out in the moors at least 5 years as far as I'm aware. She's an officer in Lithiani, and she was also stood as one of the very first council members on the Lotro Council. If you're not aware of the facts, she had a heart attack about a week and a half ago, and last weekend she had open heart surgery to try and repair the damage. Unfortunately, last Monday she developed complications and passed away on Monday or Tuesday. I am so very pleased and honoured by how many freeps and how many creeps have come today to give their respects, and I thank you all who have come tonight in peace. Anna Belwyn was an officer in Lithiani and one of the founder members of Lithiani, and I always referred to her as my conscience. Certainly if ever I was doing anything that was borderline, Anna Belwyn would be the first person to tell me and steer me straight, and I spoke to Anna Belwyn often and sought her advice often. She played in this moors like many of us did, starting solo back in the early years, back in the days when you got one or two renown if you were in raids, and I've brought us here tonight because Hollow, I know that she used to spend a lot of time hunting here. She was a lady of high principles, and I think one of the reasons why she joined Lithiani, I hope, was because we shared many of those high principles, in that we have always sought to respect our opponents. We do not corpse jump, we do not trash talk, we do not disrespect either our opponents or our fellow free players, and Anna Belwyn was one of the guiding forces that was behind those principles being set up in the first place. I don't want to do sentimentality. This is ultimately a game, and we all come here as respite from the real world for fun, and yet somehow friendships are formed. The very nature of kins are collections of like-minded people who come together to enjoy each other's company in friendship, and Lithiani was always formed on that basis. It's one of the reasons why we also respect our opponents, because whilst they may not be on our side, they contribute to the pleasure that we have from the moors, and we are grateful for that, and hence we treat our opponents with respect. And I know that today is just an extension of that respect, and I'm grateful for everybody who came here to show it. I'm going to go round and invite any Lithiani officers in the first instance, please. If any Lithiani member officer would like to kind of stand up and say something, you may please feel free to do so.
I'd like to say that I visited Anna Belwyn. Her real name was Jen Perron, and she was a good woman. I think we can all say that she had a sharp wit. Maybe not as much as Loth, but she had a very sharp wit. And I visited her after post-heart attack, again after she got an ICU. And then on Friday, she was supposed to go home Monday, but apparently died in her sleep on Sunday, early morning. I haven't cried in many years, but I actually did. And a bell died. In any case, thank you.
Thanks, Susie. like to say something. Um, I am so glad. I'm sorry, hold on. You know, I'm really
For those of you,
glad that Anna
gone.
was in our kid, and you know, we were her family, her surrogate family, and a lot of us spent a lot of time talking to her and spending time with her, and you know, even people on Creekside, you know, spent a lot of time hunting her. She loved the Moors, and she really enjoyed this game. In fact, she logged in one day when she was at the hospital, and she typed in chat, "That damn spider," and we were trying to figure out what had gone on. She was fighting in the Moors while she was in the hospital, hooked up to all of these machines. And while she was fighting, she had pulled something off of her, and her machine was going crazy, and the nurses ran in, and so, but she was mad because she had pulled it, and didn't get to kill the spider. So, I'm glad that I knew Anna, and I'm glad that Anna was a part of this kin, and she will be very missed.
Thank you, Lovely Kay. For those of you who don't know, I actually made Anna Belwin first disciplinary officer of the kin, and I did that not because I knew she was a shouty, mean, cross-crotchety person who would tell people off who stepped out the line, because I knew she would tell them politely and remind them of why they're in this kin and why they play this game, and do it respectfully in a way that would not cause conflict. And she brought those attributes and skills to bear many times, for which I'm in her debt. Anybody else from Lethiani or anybody else from Creepside? You all, or indeed anyone here, have anything to say? You are most welcome to speak.
All I've really got to say about this is that we all forget that there's humans on the other side, the pixels that we see, and that there's people with real lives and there's people with real things going on. And every once in a while, if you just say hi to a stranger, you might find a real nice and caring soul like Anna on the other side that'll be your friend. We always forget, in all of the trash talking and all of the BS that goes on, there's actually real humans here and real people with real lives. It's sad that it takes something like this for us to remember it, and it's even more sad how quickly we forget it.
Yeah, I wanted to say just one thing about Anna real quick, is that one word to describe Anna was kind. Incredibly kind at all times. Never did I hear her belittle anyone or be mean to anyone. It wasn't in her nature. And that kindness, I hope, rubs off on everyone that she's ever met. I know that she literally, I know it sounds kind of hokey, but she made people better for being around her, and she's going to be greatly missed.
Thank you. Folks, anyone else like to speak before I just bring some closing words? In Anna's final days, our digital life and game crossed over to real life, and I am so very proud of those who knew her from within the kin, who went to visit her, who spoke to her on the phone while she was in hospital, who contributed to sending her flowers. And I'm going to re-echo Borg's words. We come here to play in a digital game, but make friendships that extend into real life. And tonight, many friends have come